Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video on the 3D Critic channel. I'm David, your host, and today I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on the Curry 10s from Under Armour. Now to start these off, these retail for $160 on Under Armour's website. However, you can get them for as low as $120 depending on the colorway that you find. And if you guys are interested in purchasing these, I will leave a link in the description box below. And with that being said, let's get started. So the Traction is a full-length foam outsole with a weird wavy looking pattern, and in the midfoot there is a TPU shank plate. Now when it comes to the Traction, guys, this is by far the stickiest Traction pattern that I have ever played on, and it was crazy. To start it off, when I was doing lateral movements such as coming to a complete stop laterally, there were a couple of times where I kind of almost tripped myself over. That's how grippy the Traction is. However, with hard cuts going left to right, you'll create a lot of space that way, and it'll help you a lot when you're trying to get open for a shot. And when you are defending, you are going to react really quick to other players' plays, and you will stick toe-to-toe with them in that regard, and it was very beneficial. When it comes to hard stops, it's really good as well, and it'll also help you a lot if you're trying to create space when you are on the dribble, like making a step back shot or going back and forth in that regard. Traction pattern itself gets dusty a little bit. However, just one easy wipe and you will have the Traction ready to go. When you first try them on, you get the grip and then it gets dusty again. Just make sure that you plane it a little bit more, that way you can get the foam rubbered in, and that way you can get the best traction that way. And when it comes to the durability, overall it is not that great. When I first started playing at these, it started to wear off in this section right here on the edge of the Traction pattern, and after a couple of times playing in it in like the last couple of days, it has completely worn off on this edge right here. And there's also other spots where it's also wearing off, such as in the back right here. And yeah, that's pretty much the downside of this Traction pattern. Mainly because of the foam build, it won't last as long as the rubber, and that is a major downside to this Traction pattern. And because of that, I would not recommend to play in these outdoors. If you play in them outdoors, it'll basically just melt the whole traction pattern away. But overall, the traction is like the best you can get in an indoor cart, but the durability is its downfall. And because of that, overall, I'm going to give the traction a 8.5 out of 10. Now, when it comes to the cushion on the Curry 10s, it is basically a full-length Under Armour Flow midsole. Now, in my opinion, the cushioning setup is actually good in the Curry 10s. In the forefoot, it is very responsive, and it'll help you a lot when you are contesting people's shots, and it'll help you react quickly when you are trying to get steals, especially when you're trying to create space on the floor as well. The impact protection is actually pretty decent overall. It's a little firm, but there is a little bit of a compression in the heel, considering that it is just a foam midsole. And the heel-to-toe transition is actually really good as a result of that. Once you land in the heel and propel yourself forward, it gives you a lot of momentum and a lot of energy return in that regard. So overall, it's a pretty good cushioning setup. So for that, overall, I'm going to give the cushion an 8 out of 10. The materials are made up of Under Armour's Wrap Upper, which is basically a textile material that is cross lines in between each other, and it is all around this shoe. The tongue has perforations and it is made up of mesh, and there are pull tabs on the heel as well as on the tongue, and an external TPU heel counter. So overall, the materials is actually really comfortable on your foot. The tongue is really padded here, and it makes it very comfortable when you have the laces tied up really tight. And the overall warp upper is really thin, and because of that, the breathability is actually really good overall, so you won't sweat a lot when you are playing in these. And it is very flexible as well, and I haven't experienced any pinching when I've been creasing them while I was playing. So overall, it's pretty good overall, but it's not the best that I have had, but it still gets the job done on my book. So for that, the overall, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So for the fit, I would go true to size personally. The width as well as the length of this shoe, it fits me perfectly as a result. So if you have a narrow foot, I recommend that you go down half a size. And if you have a wide foot, I recommend that you go up half a size. So overall, the fit is pretty straightforward. It's a 1-to-1 fit. It was very nice on my foot. And because of that, I'm going to give the fit a 10 out of 10. On the Curry 10s, you're going to get really good lockdown, especially in the midfoot. The lacing system in the midfoot ensures that the midfoot is completely well contained. And because of the 1-to-1 fit in the forefoot, it will stay in place as well. In the heel, there is a little bit of heel slippage, but considering the fact that the midfoot and the forefoot is locked into place, you will get like little to no heel slippage, and as a result, it won't affect you when you are playing. So as a result, the overall lockdown, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. When it comes to the support features on the Curry 10s, there is a bottom-loaded TPU shank plate with a wide stable base that will help you with the overall torsional support, and there is a little outrigger which helps you prevent from rolling your ankles over. And on the lateral and medial side of the shoe, you see the midsole wrap all the way up into the material to help you with your foot to be well contained. And there is an external TPU heel counter, that way you won't have any heel movement going from side to side. So because of all those features, the support is really good. It is one of the best that I've had so far, and because of that, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So to wrap things up for you guys, the Curry 10s, in my opinion, is a really well-rounded basketball shoe, mainly because the traction is one of the best that I have tried on. The cushion is very responsive. The materials are very light, comfortable, and supportive, and it makes it well-rounded. That way you are the quickest person on the court, with the result of the responsiveness of the cushion as well as the grippiness of the traction. The major pitfalls of it for me not considering it to everyone is the durability of the traction. The traction pattern literally just melts off. Just make sure that you keep it indoors and keep it rotational, that way you won't plan it too much. You will get a lot of grip that way, and it will last you a good bit if you do it that way. So overall, I would absolutely recommend it for you guys. Just make sure that you not playing it too long. I've had a lot of days where I played in it for like 3 or 4 hours, and I've been getting this much wear in the traction pattern as a result. So keep that in mind when you are purchasing these. If you are interested, I will again leave a link in the description box below for you guys. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down below on your thoughts on the Curry 10s and what experiences that you've had with them, and along with any other questions that you might have as well. Subscribe if you want to support this channel. It is greatly appreciated, as always. I appreciate all the help I can get. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I will leave my account in the description box below for you guys. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. And until next time, keep shooting.